Good afternoon, or good evening, I guess, technically, everyone. This is Generic Fool's Test. Sorry, I meant to stream much earlier, but I sort of fell down a rabbit hole. In a previous stream, I talked about how I watched a video about Mr. Beast recently and found out that, oh my god, he's been doing a bunch of scummy things. I watched the rest of that video, and in the video that's the follow up to it, and discovered that it was a lot worse than I thought it was. Like, oh my god. And then I ended up, I meant to start streaming over an hour ago, but, well, first, no, I was watching, like, something about, the latest Assassin's Creed, which I've talked a little bit in other streams about how I knew. Hi! How are you? I'm just making excuses as to why I didn't stream earlier. I hope you're doing well, person. Like, I got distracted by watching about, it's great to hear that you're doing well. But yeah, I was looking at stuff about Ubisoft and, the, Assassin's Creed thing going on, and just, how much of a shit show it is, and the fact that anyone who's not Japanese who's bringing up complaints about the game is sort of being bullied by, people going like, oh, how could you say that? Meanwhile, when Japanese people try to say something too, they're like, how dare you? It's like, what? But you're stealing our culture. Like, in Japan, there are people who are saying the things about, Yosuke and stuff like that. Like, the guy who they're using as a source, in Japan, his book and all his information is labeled as fiction. But in everywhere else, in every other country, and in every other language, he says, these are true historic events. Which, don't you find that rather weird? And the fact that there are several sources that he provides, and if you look into it, the sources that he provides are himself. He edited Wikipedia with sources that he found, which he said he found, but he did not release, for a book he had not yet released yet. Which, that's just awful. Dumb. And then it's found out that, they basically kept taking up for their assets. Ubisoft basically took a bunch of photos from the past and just, shoved them sort of into the, promotional artwork, where you can literally find the old photos online. And the game just screams of something they half-assed. Basically, when talking about why they decided to pick Yosuke, it's like, oh, well, they go like, well, historically, he's very important, and Japanese people love him, and all this other stuff. And then, when they go into Japan, they change it so that they say something different. Because here's the fact, Japan is very angry. Not just because of Yosuke. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're annoyed that in every single Assassin's Creed game, you play as somebody who is a local or native of that country. So, for the Japanese who like Assassin's Creed, they were like, I can't wait to play as a Japanese person in the latest Assassin's Creed game. But nope, we're going to play as the one black guy who appears, who there's actual 3 pages of dialogue, who was probably not a samurai. And then there's also furthermore, stuff, because after a while there was this guy who's like, I'm an expert, and Yasuke was a samurai. Of course it was a Japanese guy, but then when people looked into it, it's just like, hey, he works for a group that is subservient to Ubisoft, and he's also a member of BlackRock, which is the same from the people who, work with Sweet Baby, and all this other stuff, and it's just like, oh my god, this is just annoying. And then they go, oh, we took special care to be culturally appropriate, and then it's just like, people who aren't even experts in Japan are basically like, sakura blossoms bloom in, like spring, and then you're having a fruit that's been fresh and ripe out on the side, which is like only comes out in October. So, it's just like they're failing on the small things, they're failing on the big things. I've heard that through various parts, they've used sometimes Chinese like buildings or architecture in their design, or they've used stuff that looks like it's AI generated. But they're all going on like, the only reason anyone is angry that about our game is because Yosuke's black. And it's just like, no, people are angry because, you're claiming historical accuracy, and you're doing, and then you're just clearly not doing. I don't know. It's just, I don't want this to turn into an Assassin's Creed rant. Just representation's important, but you also have to think about other messages. So in the video about Japan, their game about Japan, they're literally picking a foreigner to go around decapitating Japanese people and smashing their heads, which is something that they were honestly excited about. Talking about how, like, oh, you could decapitate the people and smash their heads, and then just a number of really stupid things that also, the most cursory of studying into the time period would show, like, hey, somebody in game complained about the cost of the taxes, and at this time the taxes were paid in rice, and this person made an earlier statement that it's raining outside in the game and people are leaving rice outside in the rain. If you know anything about rice, rice needs to be kept dry for it to be, like, to stay good when it's not being cooked. But, that person then basically said, so if you were complaining about taxes, would you literally put out your wallet filled with all of your, like, physical cash and leave it in the rain? Which, that's even not that great, because your money can dry off and not spoil. The rice will spoil. That, and I got distracted by the thing I mentioned the other day about Mr. Beast apparently being a bad person. I watched the rest of that video and the video following up with that, and oh my god, he is probably one of the most scummy people I've heard of in a long time. Because, like, as I mentioned, he fakes the competitions. He'll, on one of the streams where he was doing, like, we're going to send these out, and one lucky person is going to get money inside of these shirts. And then they show people signing, and one of the people forges Mr. Beast's signature on stream, and you can see it. Which basically means that if you have merchandise with his signature, it's worthless, because you can't prove Mr. Beast actually signed his own signature, because they literally caught him on a Mr. Beast stream forging the signature, and the guy even realized what he was doing and covered it up afterwards. And the guy next to him looked at him like, it's just like, it's so bad. It's just, and normally when I see stuff like this, I don't want to comment on it immediately, because getting proper information is important. And, there's a saying that a lie can go around the world 2 times before the truth has a chance to put its shoes on. Which, that's why I gave it some more time and looked into it again. I'm not even going to get I won't even cover the fact that Mr. Beast, like the person who was supposedly working with him, who may have essayed minors and groomed minors, and how Mr. Beast was like, oh, I didn't know this person did this stuff, so I'm going to, separate myself from them, when there are a bunch of screenshots of them doing tweets in a not so long ago time. showing that Mr. Beast was aware of it. And then, God, it is like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. My mind is reeling from all this stuff I found out. Like, then the person who, might be saying minors or grooming minors online would also apparently, they're trans, or supposedly they're trans. But according to the sister of this person, like, and it's been proven that the person who claims to be their sister is their actual sister, says that this person isn't trans. They just have it as a kink. Because they talked about them one time when they stole their clothes and didn't say, no, I'm not trans, I just am, he's into dressing into that stuff, and then people misidentifying it. As I said, it's just, my brain is sort of fried with all the stuff I've seen. It's just like, oh my God. It's just too much. Though for the reason why I changed from saying Mr. Beast is a bad person to Mr. Beast is a piece of shit, I'm just changing that. There are certain people who do things just to tickle their pickle, as they say. But, as I said, the actual sister of that guy said that that person who identifies as trans, who's the groomer person, who's, so he told his family that he identifies as a man, but they're acting in public as if they are trans, which that's not 100% sure, and even then that's hard to verify. If it's true, it's really screwed up though, because in that case they were basically mocking the people who actually have trouble and I do identify. But for one of the Mr. Beast challenges, apparently, like, I'm not going to talk about this. It's just, it gets so much worse. Just one of the things I heard which makes it sound a lot more viable that he is a complete scumbag is there wasn't much of a medical team on site for one of his games, and because there was so little in the way of, making sure people didn't get hurt, and there was so little medical staff on standby that local hospitals got swarmed by people who got injured or needed immediate medical attention from his games. Apparently, if you got eliminated in those matches, they'd say, "Hey, we'll give you $1,000 if you sign this waiver saying you won't take a class action lawsuit against us, and sign this NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement. It's how companies prevent you from saying secretive or potentially damaging things. And it's really... NDAs aren't necessarily bad, just so that you know. Like, if you're in a movie, you don't want the actors to blab away the main points of the movie to people, because that's bad. But when it's something like, hey, we'll give you money to not take a class action lawsuit against us, that is bad. And the only reason we know is because there are some people who didn't take the money. But they were... God, it sounds stupid and weird. Like, they confiscated medication. And they didn't let people take medication during the time. And apparently... Now, some parts of it just sound ridiculous, and I'm going to assume... I'd assume it's made up, but when 10 different people basically have the same story, and they are not, openly collaborating with each other... And then also the fact that, unrelated people who were nurses in hospitals who were active during the time also sort of verify the same things. It does sort of sound... As I say, it could still potentially be something, but, it's... There will probably, if it's true, well, I don't know, because YouTube is sort of like trying to hush the stuff. It's just there's a lot of illegal things that or things you're not supposed to do, which if he was appearing on TV, it would be straight up illegal. And even on YouTube, it's supposed to be illegal. But, that's... Things will probably come out, but I would be careful. And then also, you know about the Mr. Beast candy bars that he sells? I'm going to make these healthy candy bars. Apparently, at first they were, but then he switched out the formula for them, so they're now unhealthier than the candy bars that he was advertising. A single small candy bar from Mr. Beast contains almost as much sugar as a whole can of Coke. It's just sort of crazy. And he still runs the advertisement that we have less sugar than other candy bars. And it's like, no, you have a lot more sugar now than those other... Well, either way. Since this hasn't gone mostly well, I don't know. I don't follow media. Maybe this is out. The fact that you don't know about it either would imply that it's not ultra mainstream. Or, but I'm just going to say it does not look good for his career. And the fact that his answers that he's giving are terrible. I forgot the wording he gives. Rather than saying that's not true at all, it's just like... I forgot the wording. It's annoying. But the way he words it it's as in... That's not completely worded the way so it's not entirely correct. It's sort of like when somebody says, you murdered 50 people. I did not murder that many people. And it's just like, all you need to say is, I didn't kill someone. You're using legalese speech as if you're preparing for a lawsuit. But either way, I should stop. Either way, yeah, it's time to stop talking about the depressing stuff. It's time to get into the game I actually said I was playing. I don't know, normally I try to stick to happy topics, like... Actually, to try and, make up for the ultra-depressive stuff I just stated, I'm going to, show some funny little things, because I feel like I need to earn back some karma or look at some cute, funny stuff. Huh? Is that annoyed? You get annoyed?
Oh my god!
Look at the little puppy. The dog thing got you.
Good morning. Holy shit. Ow!
Don't bite there.
Louis, stop that!
It's very important that she gets her percordant injection. But
Smack the foot. Oh. Yeah. And then, well, I don't know if you want to see that. But I guess, I'll just restart this one here.
Try not to laugh until the end.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Look at that smiling.
Give me. Let me take it up. Let me take it up.
The cone. Discovered a super rare breed of crocodile. Dog said hello in British.
Try not to laugh until...
Yeah. Then I guess I'll show you one thing. You know what chicharron is? It's crispy pork skin. Though sometimes people attach a little bit of the belly to it too. So basically, or it's like American style bacon, which is, you know, different than the rasher bacon that you usually eat. So it usually is boiled a bit, but yeah, it's ends up being ultra crunchy and ultra like crispy because it's also fried after they boil it. You see, it's boiled to marinate it and season it. And I'm guessing that's lard. Okay, not today. I went a bit too much off topic. After this video, I'm literally going back to Mega Man. But yeah, it's being served with avocado and guacamole, rather. That's a juicy lemon. So now it's the last step was frying it. So now it's, as you can hear, ultra crunchy, and crispy, and fatty and good. Now I'll try to forget about all the depressing shit I talked about earlier. I mean stuff, sorry. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling about this. Something tells me that once all the keys are together, something awful will happen. Even Data seemed worried about something. What should we do? I've also gotten every weapon with the exception of one, the weapon which is the evil weapon. I mean, the one I can only get if I'm evil, which could take a while to get back good points from it. And then the other weapon being a shining laser, which turns out I don't need to complete the race to get. I can go to, I have to go to the final area. Yeah, but that also means that after I get the part for the shining laser, I'm probably going to end stream so I can grind the ungodly amount of money I need to get it.
Mega Man! So you got the fourth and final key.
Once again,
If
why
it
no
weren't for
text?
all your hard work, those pirates would have gotten the keys, and who knows what would have happened.
It will be very interesting to see if they do anything now that we have all 4 keys in our possession.
What do you mean they?
Those funny-looking people, the ones that we found on Forbidden Island who said they were ancients.
I trust everyone unless they give me a reason not to, but you don't live as long as I have without taking precautions. I have armed guards placed around the room. I can call on them if necessary to protect us and this ship.
Yes,
I
because
just
I will
hope we
totally.
won't need them. What was that?
I thought I felt something.
Confirmed. All 4 keys have been recovered.
Have you made all the necessary preparations to take control of this ship?
Yes.
Very well, begin.
If necessary, is it acceptable to disable Mega Man Trigger? Even if it means destroying the Master's genetic code?
Your primary mission is to recover and secure the keys. Then, with luck, we will be able to salvage the Master's genetic code from Trigger's shell.
Understood. Initiating assimilation program.
What's happening?
Oh my.
We've got to get out of here!
What's up with the ship? It's on fire. You don't think there's someone else after the keys, do you?
If we don't help her, she's probably going to crash. We've got to do something.
But if we're not careful, we'll end up going down with them. I don't know if even that blue kid can get out of this one.
Babu, babu, babu.
You think so too, huh, Bon?
Mega Man. You're finally awake.
Huh? Where is everyone?
Don't you worry. Gats is taking care of them.
Mistress Yuna, what are you doing?
My, you recognize me as Yuna? Even though I destroyed my original shell?
Don't waste your time, Geeks. You could become infected by her aberrant logic.
My, aren't we testy? What have I done?
You should ask yourself that question, Yuna. It doesn't matter, not anymore. I have made my decision. I will not tolerate interference.
You're going to destroy the Master's genetic sample, aren't you? Without even consulting me. That's not exactly fair, is it?
When you destroyed your original shell, I became the only mother unit for this system. I am within the Master's system parameters. Fairness is irrelevant.
I thought you'd say that.
Mistress Sarah, here are the keys. You must return to Elysium. This unit will follow after recovering the Master's genetic sample.
Excuse me, I'm talking with Sarah.
Geeks, go!
The keys!
Now this is a problem. She plans on executing the carbon reinitialization program.
Carbon reinitialization program?
Basically, every human alive will be deleted, wiped out, and the ancients will be restored.
What?
Please do not complicate matters further, Mistress Yuna. There are several preparations to be made. Please remove yourself from this ship at once.
I don't know if I can do that.
Comply or this unit will use deadly force. Your answer?
No, Gats. You know what to do.
Are you sure, Mistress Yuna?
Gats, what are you doing?
Though I'm no longer recognized as a mother unit in this body, it means too that I'm not affected by behavioral limiters. I can do whatever I want.
Initiating countermeasures.
Gats, cease your actions at once. What are you doing?
All right, Mega Man. I've separated Geets from his ship. Go up on deck. Geets should be there. Where we go from here is up to you, Mega Man. Do you fight Geets? Or do you give him the Master's genetic sample? Confused? That's not surprising, I guess. After all, you have lost your memory, haven't you? But that doesn't really matter. All that matters is what you think and how you feel now. Now, don't try to think about things too hard. Just be true to you yourself and follow where your heart leads you.
Mistress Yuna, Geets is very angry. If we do not hurry, he is likely to destroy the entire ship.
Well, Mega Man, what are you going to do?
What the? I thought I saw something flying around, but I don't think it was a Reaver bot.
Diesel, look!
Hey, wait, that's Mega Man! What is going on here?
Babu?
What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is a chance I've been waiting for. We're going to settle the score with that blue brat once and for all.
Wait a minute, Diesel. If that ship crashes, we'll lose the keys and everything else of value on it. Like it or not, we have to help him.
I guess you're right, Tron. All right, then. First, we help Mega Man. Then we take the keys. Okay, people, get lively. We've got work to do.
I just realized I shouldn't have used the sword in this. I probably should have used the homing missiles, which I upgraded.
Are you malfunctioning, Gats? There's no need for us to fight. Why do you insist on opposing me?
Sorry, Geets, but I don't believe what Mistress Sarah is planning is right.
Mistress Yuna is also in error, abandoning her shell for a carbons. That is no longer Mistress Yuna. It's an abomination, an affront to us all. If you insist on following her, I shall be forced to terminate you. Both of you!
Master Trigger, I'm sorry. I have failed. You are our only hope.
Oh.
That's it, Mega Man!
Wait. Wait, I can't.
The best you can do, Purifier.
I can't. Well, I need to be able to lock on.
Focus. Oh, they make a good couple. Take this.
You miscalculated.
1 second. I'm going to, yeah, I need to go to the title screen because I need to switch weapons. The sword isn't going to do anything here. I can't even lock on. God, it took me over a day. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I can do damage, but I basically have no range. And I don't want this to turn into me constantly switching out parts. So, development room. Change weapon. Homing missile. It has infinite ammo. And then I'm going to save here. Just because I want to make sure that I don't, And it locks on, which means that, not development room. Okay. Yes, we have a bad feeling about this. Okay, let's go. Move, and then I'm going to skip everything. Sulfur bottom. Move the mouse out of the way. Wait, why did it switch me to red shoes when I was wearing my regular ones? Also, about that thing from McDonald's I told you, like, they have a $5 meal deal. It's apparently still going on. It's just that they stopped doing, the McDonald's where I live stopped doing it.
That's it, Mega Man!
Is that the best you can do, Purifier?
Prepare yourself.
Jump, Mega Man! You should be able to dodge his attack!
Nope. Man, this thing reloads so slowly. Come on.
Focus.
Hurry up and finish him off already!
Prepare yourself.
You miscalculated.
Come on, Mega Man. If you win,
Yeah.
I'll buy you dinner.
By the way, out of curiosity, I've just been wondering how much it would be, like $3 would be in, like 1 second. Just to check. So it would be, if the $5 meal deal was done in Europe, it would be 4.62 euro. I mean, there's also tax, which, you know, means it's a little bit more, but still, getting like a McDouble or McChicken, 4 nuggets, small fries, and a small drink, and apparently it's only 40 cents more if you want to get a medium, or slightly more if you want to get a large. So yeah, it's just like, I wanted to, it's just so annoying. I don't have a lot of money, and I have a big appetite, so.
You'll have to answer to me!
Is that the best you can do, Purifier?
Wait, what? Oh, now I remember. One of the other annoying things is I can only lock onto things if it's in front of me, technically.
Prepare yourself.
Jump, Mega Man! You should be able to dodge his attack!
I partially want to turn off the forward lock-on so I can, you know, actually play and not get stuck.
Enough. this!
This is a lot easier, but I do wish it reloaded faster.
You miscalculated.
There we go. Joke's on you, you got close. If you stayed in the air, you wouldn't have been this easily beaten.
This is all your doing. If it weren't for you, this would not have happened. This unit cannot allow Mistress Sarah to be harmed.
What kind of sound is it? Meow. That's a very weird war cry there, buddy.
Do not forget, the Master is the only true human remaining. The system exists only to protect and serve the Master. We exist for this and only this purpose.
Looks like you got little Japanese poops on your shoe.
Remember, the Master says illogical
Or
things
never mind, they look like a
sometimes.
binky.
If he does, ignore him.
Or, you know, a little pacifier or
I don't
whatever.
understand why the Master would wish to have a unit such as that by his side. What would prompt such behavior?
The Master is lonely.
What's happening? Is this a dream?
I'm getting my memories back.
They scolded you again, did they not? My little friend? Don't be upset. Sarah often reprimands me as well. And do you know why? I can show you. Observe.
Behold the pretty boy.
Who is that? I feel like I know him.
Beautiful. Is it not? These lights are one of the beta cities. But these are not ordinary betas. I have modified them slightly. Betas. You call them carbons. Though artificially created, in the end they may be closer to people than you think. The people living there know thirst, hunger, disease. They suffer all these things, and in the end,
Yeah, I was laughing at that too.
But for one brief moment, they shine as bright
The
as the
baby
sun.
cucks.
Because they know these hardships, they also know the meaning of happiness. Compared to theirs, our perfect world is cold and sterile. I'd like to ask you to do something for me, Mega Man. Can you take me there? What do you say?
Take you there. What? Wait. I know him. He's the Master. I remember now. I came here. I came to Terra with the Master. And then...
Come on, Mega Man. If you fall asleep, you'll never wake up again. Open your eyes. I thought I might not be able to make contact with you.
Where are...
We're inside one of your memory files. The file you entrusted Data with all those years ago.
Memory? Data?
You were badly damaged by Geets'
It's
attack.
Hatsune Miku. She came here to save us all.
To restore your program. You won't be fully
Though
optimized.
technically, I think she predates
So
Hatsune
just sit
Miku.
back and relax.
Your twin tails are fake.
Data. Restore. Program?
According to the art book, they are screw-in type twin tails.
Listen to the sounds of everyday life, the sounds of city life, the smell of evening meals being prepared. All this and more we in Elysium have lost. Thank you, Mega Man. Thanks to you, I have finally been able to experience this for myself. For 3,000 years, I have been free from hardship and pain. A life of luxury and ease, obeying my heart's desires. Seeing these people, grateful for the simple joys of life, I wonder, was I truly happy?
Only 1% would realize this.
I have made up my mind, Mega Man. Carry out my final command. I want you to destroy the system. I realize now that we were wrong. correct my mistake. Make things right again. This is a good luck charm. As long as you have it, no one can stop or harm you. Return to Elysium. Delete all data from the library, understand? Please, Mega Man.
Master.
It looks as though my time has finally come. I know I cannot survive long outside of Elysium. Therefore,
In Japan, it was called heaven, but they just were afraid of naming
thank you
that.
for all you have done for me. All these many years. I go now into the arms of my true mother.
Your character wasn't built enough for me to have a meaningful reaction to this death.
So that's what this is all about. Sarah never told me about this. You are Yuna. Remember me? Yuna? Sarah is in charge of Elysian system. I was in charge of Terra's system. My official designation was Mother.
Mother?
Now I understand why you downloaded your memories of the Master into that little monkey. So they couldn't be scanned or tampered with. Now I understand why you brought the Master here. Why you tried to destroy the system.
Mistress Yuna, Mistress Sarah has almost reached Elysium.
We're running out of time. Unless we stop her, Sarah will execute the carbon reinitialization program. The carbon reinitialization program was meant to be run only after the Master and all other humans had died. It uses their genetic codes to clone new humans. If it's activated, everyone alive on Terra will be eliminated. Only you can stop Sarah from using it. It looks like your self-repair functions are working. We can go now, but you still need to decide what to do.
Oh wait, I just realized maybe I'm gonna have no time. The stream's not gonna last
He'll
very
be
long
all right.
if I actually play until I get just
Though
the
his
shining
memory is
laser.
still fragmented, he can still download whatever he needs from your little monkey friend. Now, Gats and I will get a pod ready that will take you back to Elysium. You can find both of us where you initially came to Terra.
What about
The choice
her
is yours,
mom?
the Master's final wish, or follow the path the system has chosen.
We're literally just
Find us when you make up
masquerading
your
in
mind.
Roll's mother's corpse, or is there a way for
See
Roll's
ya.
mother to come back?
Look in any library and you can find a history.
You're
of
not gonna say
civilization
stop.
as
You're my
known to
daughter.
man.
What happened to my daughter's
There's nothing
body? What?
describing the
What the
world
fuck?
Before we started recording events, I always wondered why.
Is Roll's
Now
mother's
I
soul
know
trapped
we
inside the
didn't
body?
evolve.
Is
We were
she dead as I said? Like
One
what?
day, boom, there we were, with a language and culture provided for us.
I wanted to know who built all the ruins and why they were there. We owe everything to the Master.
That woman, it's
know
Roll's
whether this
mother.
master system
Or the
should be
body was
destroyed or
Roll's
not.
mother's.
It's too big for me. We're in
Then
your hands,
the
Mega Man. Do what
green,
you
the
think
fake
is best.
Hatsune Miku
There's nothing we
took
can
over
do
the
about
body.
what
The
will
question is
be,
whether or
will
not
be.
it's
Mega Man,
no.
I don't know what your life was like before we met, but do what you think is right, no matter what. I'll keep looking until I find my parents, but you're the most important thing in my life.
But you found both of them.
If not for you, I wouldn't have been able to do all the things I've done. That's why I know you'll do what's best for me. For everyone. Come on, let's go. She's waiting for us. Right.
Energy charge, it's wrong. Save. Alright, let's see. Move. Where do I go now? it's not showing me any. Usually it's red where I need to go. I'm going to assume I might have to go to Forbidden Island, because I know there was a pod there. Oop. I did need to... There we go. I came here actually once off stream, and Roll commented how there were no active Reaver bots or anything like that. They shouldn't do that again. Rolling around at the speed. Sorry. No. So dropship looks like it's empty. Well, I'll try going a little further and then we'll see. Little weird Reaverbot ice pillars. Please tell me this is actually leading to something and I didn't just waste a bunch of time. I don't want to have to start pulling out a strategy guide. I actually never got this far in the game when I played it as a kid, so I actually don't know. I mean, I think I saw the ending like a long time ago when my friend played it, and I came over while he was, you know, actually playing it. Which, God, that was like, what was it, like 20 or over 20 years ago? I guess this area has no purpose now. Oh, and actually you can speed up and slow down. And here's the annoying thing. I still remember the story, the ending. I'm not going to say it, but you know, it's just... I have an amazing story memory, so I can hear a story and then I can remember the details. I have difficulty remembering numbers or things like that, but for a lot of stuff like that, I can remember it almost intrinsically. Which means that replaying games for me is sort of hard, because what I really enjoy about games is the story. But you know, when you can remember the story real easily, that's not good. Also, I don't necessarily remember puzzle solutions as well, unless I can link it to a story. Let's move to the next area. I'll check the sulfur bottom, I guess. Is this the area that is? Let's see if there's anyone in the rooms. Also, I should see if I can buy parts and stuff. Alright, buy, item, nope, parts. Okay. Okay, so let's see, 75% damage. So Equip. Let's see, Buster parts. Oh, not Buster parts. First body parts. Oh, I didn't even equip the better armor there. I'll equip the Kevlar and then I'll sell the other stuff. Also, I found out the reason why I was slipping around so much is I didn't get the cleated shoes. Which makes me feel real dumb. I feel so stupid for that. Like, literally, it was because I needed an item which I did not have. It was a little while ago. Well, we're not worried, no matter what happens. After all, we're used to it. We get blown up a lot in Mr. Tron's machines. When the ship caught fire, we helped to put it out. Just between you and me, I really hate working. I'd rather be playing video games. Don't tell anyone, okay? Yeah. Well, I guess it makes sense. It's me whining the entire time. By anyone who knows the game would just say, "You don't have the cleated shoes! Stop whining! You didn't get the thing you need!" God, I feel bad for that. I'm gonna move back a little bit because my model's like leaning forward too much. God, my ADHD makes me move around too much. I'm wondering if the bonds are in the room somewhere. Oh well, I'll just proceed. It's up to you, Mega Man. We're in your hands. Good luck. If I were a little younger, I'd be out there with you. Anyway, take your time, don't rush things. Not to imagine this ship would be taken over like that. Some of the other sailors were injured, but thanks to that woman, we're fine now. You have to fight against them. You have to fight against them. Be careful, they're very powerful. I think I just realized where I'm actually supposed to go. I'm kind of slow. Or I hope I know, because, you know, there's a drop pod that's normally in the bottom of the flutter. Maybe that's where I need to go. As far as I know, they didn't actually tell me where. They were just like, "Oh, hey, I'm just gonna go and get a ship for you." And I figured it would, you know, tell me. I mean, I thought I was going to be the other area, so once again, I could be very wrong. Is this the right door? No, this is the refractor room. Process of elimination. Nope. I was wrong. Where do I go? Now, some people say that modern day games can be a bit too hand-holdy, but at the same time, also I'll read the newspaper, I guess, but at the same time, some of the older games were just way too hard to figure out where you need to go. Mega Man finds a final key. Experts divided on what will happen next. Where'd Roll's mom go? Oh well, time to be a creep then. So let's see. Teasel Bond. What? Now that we've defeated the Bonds, we can get into the ruins at Salcata Ruins. I can't believe what a scoundrel Teasel is, using a priceless statue like that as a shield. The third key. We found the third key. Some of the Bonds were exploring the ruins before Mega Man got inside, including Tron. I really don't like her. She always says mean things and tries to get in Mega Man's way. I wish you would just leave us alone. What's next? You gave the third key to Von Blucher. Everything's going just as we planned, but with Mega Man on our side, it's only natural. Now there's just one key left. I wonder what will happen when we get to all of them. Will they really take us to the mother lode? I don't know. For some reason, I have a bad feeling about this. We got a letter. Mega Man got a letter from Oppo and Da. I wonder if Mega Man will ever write me a letter. We live together. Why would I write you a letter? We're right next to each other. Here we go. After defeating the Bonds and Glide one more time, we're finally able to get inside the ruins. How did they know Glide was... Oh, well, I guess they probably captured him. Inside the ruins. One more key to go. Mega Man and I both have our work cut out for us. S-Class license. Mega Man got his S-Class license. The test sounded like it was really hard, but now that he's passed it, Mega Man is certified as one of the best diggers in the world. I always knew he was, but it's nice to see other people recognizing him too. Nice save. I'm sorry. The last key. We found the fourth key. I knew Mega Man could do it. I'm so excited. We're closer than anyone has ever gotten to the mother lode before. I guess I'm going to talk to Roll's dad, and hopefully that'll lead to something. I mean, it's not really a spoiler if you've been following the series, and it's been, you know, he's like, Roll, you can depend on him. First checking to see if there's anything I can press to. She's waiting for you for Calbania, Mega Man. Where's Calbania? Forbidden Island. Don't sit here. I don't know where Calbania is. Normally turns red whenever it's somewhere I'm supposed to. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm dumb. I'm really dumb. Sorry about that. I looked everywhere. Didn't look to the left side of the map.
Here we are. Mega Man, be careful. Please? I will.
I assume you made up your mind. Are you ready to go to Elysium? Yes.
What was that girl's name again? Roll?
Huh? Yeah.
She was quite worried while you were unconscious and kept asking if there was anything she could do. She looked desperate. She probably would have done anything. Anything I told her to. If she thought
What is this dialogue? That's creepy.
Once I told her
I could have made her do anything.
all right, she almost started crying. You should take good care of her. She really likes you. How are we doing, Gats?
Engines are online.
I had Gats merge with his shuttle pod to repair it.
Master Trigger, hurry. Mistress Sarah will execute the carbon reinitialization program shortly.
What are you waiting for? Get in!
Yes, ma'am.
After this, I can return after this, if I remember correctly. So I'm just gonna get some parts and then return. Because I want to max out the shining laser so I can...
I really like Roll and all the other carbons. I think they're worth preserving, even if it means destroying the system.
While this unit has reservations about destroying the system, it will do its utmost to assist you.
Well, here we are. Let's do what we came here to do. The rest will take care of itself.
I really wish there was text. It's been a long time since I've been here. Hasn't changed much, though. Well, this is it. I'd go with you if I could, but seeing as this isn't my own body, I'll stay here. I'll spot for you, though, so I'll be with you in spirit, if not in body. Miss Sarah is most likely in the library, which is inside the mother area. The library contains the genetic records of the humans who built the system. Normally, the mother area can be reached by going through the master room from the center area. However, the elevator that connects that directly to the center area is stopped on an upper floor. That means you're going to have to go through the defense area, then go around through the side area. There should be a refractor somewhere in the defense area that can be used to power the elevator. If you can get the elevator working, you can get to the center area from the shuttle bay directly. The layout of Elysium may confuse you. Use your internal navigation system. Once you reach the library, you should find Miss Sarah. What happens next is your decision. I'll do all I can to slow Sarah down. Good luck. Looking around. To the defense area. Yes. Yes.
Alright, I'll spot for you, Mega Man. I know Elysium like the back of my hand.
Oh god, what's that? Technically, that's not your hand, though. That's someone else's hand. So, I can't believe if I want to switch weapons, I have to go all the way back to... Now that I'm going to be in close quarters, I think this blade would be nicer. So... Data is not on Elysium. That means I have to return to... Oh, no, he is on... Wait, I thought he wasn't supposed to be on Elysium. Okay, never mind then. Thank God he's on Elysium. I'm not going to complain about this judgment. Oh, wait, no, it's not Data. Data can save. I need roll to switch weapons. Yeah, but I can save, but that's about it. I guess I'll ask questions. And after I get the Shining Laser, I'm going to need to grind to get... God. If I remember, for the final level of the... When I looked at a list for the cost of upgrading the Shining Laser, I need 9 million Zenny to fully upgrade one aspect of the Shining Laser. So, you know, that's... That'll be fun. Luckily, I get a lot more stuff now. So... that should make things easier, but... My god. 9 million. I hope I don't have to go back repeatedly. That would be... Well, I probably will. Also, since I can talk to her. What is it? Ask a question. What do you want to know? What is Elysium? Elysium is a perfect world created by the ancients thousands of years ago. A world of eternal youth. A world without disease, hunger, or war. Sarah and I are androids with positronic brains built to watch over and manage the world. We were called Mother Units. You are a purifier unit, built to seek out and eliminate aberrant units that malfunctioned and threatened the system. Don't you remember? Why are you using that body? Once I found a carbon on Forbidden Island, she was dying. I transferred some of the nanotechnology from my body into hers to try and heal her. She recovered, but I found I had used too much energy and parts from my own body. I wasn't able to move anymore. In the end, I ended up borrowing her body to use as my own. Don't worry, once this is all over, I'll give her body back to her. So does that mean Roll's mom is going to be able to spend time with him? What about Roll's dad? There's that woman who said he's going to marry her. And he apparently got some memories back. Does that mean he's going to abandon his new family? Or is he going to return to his old one? Or he's going to abandon his old family? What does it mean? Nope. I take a little bit of damage, but I think it's worth it to beat it that fast.
The floor is thinner in that spot. If you increase the relative gravity, you should be able to break through it.
Oh yeah, I can change gravity. Increase gravity to make that mass of your ass break the floor.
What you see in front of you is a gravity field. The relative gravity on the other side of the entrance is heavier. You should remember all this, Mega Man.
The tip of my sword touched him and he died. Hooray. It's not exactly fair. I'm using the blade, a maxed out version of the blade. There we go. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Nope. Something tells me this game wasn't optimized to be used with a sword, especially considering I most of the time bump into the enemy. Da-dum, da-dum. Nope, I can't climb that. Oh, come on! Let me out, let me out, let me out, stupid thing. Well, now that I know they're there, I can't stay in the middle of a tile. It looks like the gravity can be controlled from here. Download data. Defense system control. High gravity areas are marked with gravity lines. Area is off limit except for maintenance personnel.
If you lower the relative gravity,
Yes, okay.
you can also...
Yes, I've already downloaded it. I'll increase gravity. By decreasing it, I can probably jump higher. Oh wait. I did a stupid thing. I made it so that I increased gravity. I mean, decreased gravity. I want to increase it. I guess, can I increase it more? Increasing gravity should make it so that things are heavier. Or... wait, no, never mind, I must have did it right. It's just I can't really tell right now. I guess it's faster just to do it that way. Actually. So I'm going to energy in range, so I will increase attack to max, rapid fire max, I always seem to have infinite energy, so I'm just going to increase range to max. Thank you, game. Thank you so much. I really... Oh, and now the energy is acting up. Rather than range booster, I'll... Alright, I'll just have turbo fire. I guess I should go... Well, first I check the other rooms. And then I can... Oh, wrong one. And then I'll go back to see if I can crash through the floor. Oh. Yeah. Since I have those tiles which make me so I can't attack, I'm going to just stick like this. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me out. Oh, God. Okay, looks like that's a way I'm supposed to go, so I'll go back to the other room. Just check. It's locked, God. Aren't I lucky? Oh, I guess if I had like lowered it gravity, I could probably make that jump. Oop. Why did it... I'm sorry. There we go. Ah. So as you could see there, this hadn't spawned in and I could see the bars for a second. That's just how things go in this game. Now I'm going to go back to where... God damn it. I hate that. I hate that so much. Nope. Didn't give me that time. To me, this just looks like I just went through the same area. Oh wait, is the Reaver bot still there? No, it is not. So I guess I can evade out of the way of those. Nope, coincidentally, just as I was talking out how I could potentially do that, I just feel dumb. That's the wrong one. This thing is getting really obnoxious. Mega Man, you're too heavy. Energizer Pack Alpha Omega. What is looks like? Oh wait, no. Download data. Shuttle Bay control system. Unregistered settlers detected in the Shuttle Bay. Access to Shuttle Bay has been cut off. Unable to identify Shuttle Bay control or shuttle controller. Okay. 40,000 Zenny. Change gravity. Increase gravity. Increase again. Let's see. Oh wait, I can. I'm pretty sure it can. So. Wait, where am I? Alright, so. Come on. Please grab the ledge. This did not happen. Wait, don't cheat. Wait 1 second. Need to. Oh, need to go here. It's not letting me reach up there. Oh well, I'm turning it off. It doesn't work. How am I supposed to get out of here? Sorry, that is control. Shut down. Change gravity, decrease gravity. I need like something to, you know, just grab onto. Okay, there we go. That took way too long. Sorry about that. Oh wait. Wrong way. Is that red thing supposed to represent something? What's the red thing? I wonder why they just had something red there. It looks like they were trying to mark down something. By the way, holding down forward while using the little hover ski things will. It's going to. Well, no, I think it's supposed to be high, or like, you know, low gravity at the moment, since I need to be able to reach that thing. By the way, by pushing forward you go a little faster, by holding back you go a bit slower. I don't think it tells you that in the actual game though. No, it's set to regular gravity. I need to set to high. I mean low. It gets confusing with gravity. Gravity, decrease gravity. Move a little faster, I guess. Careful so I don't fall off. So that'd be normally the notification that I need to go or start getting ready to go to dinner. But I'm staying in today, so. That's frustrating. Turn around. Every now and then I feel a little bit. Sorry. I do not want copyright to get up on me. Hi there, buddy. Ow. You're in the wrong neighborhood. Technically, I'm bad for the neighborhood. By the way, I'm going to bring up a really random fact. You know that in America, you need to be careful when you're saying, or bringing up like certain foods when talking about African Americans, right? Like watermelon and chicken are an example of, if you offer a black person that, then you can, you know, be implied for being racist. There are positive and negative reasons for the association for black people liking watermelon and chicken. The first one, which I should probably state, is, before I go any further, first of all, the idea that linking fried chicken and watermelon to black people is kind of, or just saying like, oh, you know, it's racist if you say they like it. Who doesn't like fried chicken? What, vegans? Vegans don't like fried chicken, and other than that, maybe some health nuts. But almost everyone likes fried foods or fried chicken. And watermelon is really good. Anyways, it doesn't matter what your race or ethnicity is. It tastes great. Well, I was just saying it's kind of silly. But either way, the main reason for it is, well, for the positive connotations of fried chicken and watermelon is, back in the days of, well, frying food used to be a way to preserve food. Nowadays, frying food is mostly for, you know, the taste and the crunch. But before, you'd fry food in order to create a protective shell so that you could leave food out for a long period of time. It used a lot less seasonings, and the crust would be thicker. It was more just, as I said, a way of food preservation. Yes. Though, at the time, it wasn't just black people doing it. It was also just, you know, Southerners in general and a lot of things. The positive connotations for watermelon are because when black people were freed in America, one of the first crops that they really started to plant on their own was watermelon. So watermelon was one of the original crops which, you know, was a sign of African independence from, you know, their white slave masters. So that was a sign of things that they could use to literally make money for themselves. Sorry, just doing that. So as I said, that is the positive component. 80% of operational power will be diverted to carbon reinitialization program. If power diversion impacts operation, contact the mother unit. Change gravity. I'm going to decrease gravity this time. Yes. Security system download, yes. Item data download. Item locations will now appear on internal map display. So now that I've mentioned the positive things, because it was only for that, then, you know, saying it was racist for people to associate fried chicken with black people would be stupid. But then comes the more awkward topic. There's a movie called The Birth of a Nation, which was basically a movie which did historical revisionism for the Klan, or the KKK rather. They treated the KKK as noble knightly orders who protected, you know, the white American from the savages of, you know, the African people. And it was, The Birth of the Nation holds a bunch of records for being one of the early movies that had a very large budget and did a lot of things that were advanced. So you'll still see in like certain recorded things like, ooh, Birth of a Nation! But it's a Klan propaganda film. And if you read some of the reviews at the time, it's really, really disgusting. But either way, things that were featured in that film. Honest to God blackface. That was not meant in comedic effect, just honestly meant to, you know, show black people as animals. And of course, because it was made by racists, they were like, hey, what's the best way to dehumanize black people? And so they thought, what are two foods that you can't really eat in a way that make you look dignified? And the two they came up with were watermelon and fried chicken. Because watermelon is, you know, very messy. If you eat it, you get watermelon juice all over your mouth. And at the time, this was a time before, you know, boneless chicken. So if you eat fried chicken, you have to, you know, eat it like with your hands, and you're getting grease and oil and chicken fat all over your mouth. And of course, you know, in the film you see this clearly a white man wearing blackface, like, you know, just shoving things in his mouth and, like, you know, slathering it on his face, and, you know, making comments on the black man. I think it's kind of lost on some people how bad things used to be in terms of racist media. Especially with how, you know, these days, people will sort of flip out about the most, you know, sort of like dumb things. That people forget that, yeah, there was a point in time where there was some seriously racist stuff going on. Good, I guess I got the key for that room. But yeah. Though either way, it's dumb that a few racists basically made a stupid propaganda film. And I want the treasure. I need it. Sorry. But, yes, it's really stupid that a bunch of dumb white people basically were like, we're going to make it so that fried chicken and watermelon is a racist thing. I mean, as I said, who the hell doesn't like watermelon or fried chicken? It would be awkward now if you say, I don't like fried chicken, or you don't like watermelon. To be fair, bad watermelon is terrible, but great watermelon. A nice, cool slice of watermelon on a very hot day is good, and I don't care who you are. It's quite pleasant. Change gravity. I'm going to assume I have to increase gravity for that room. Yeah, well, you know, it's not like it's a controversial statement either, but, you know, people will still go, like, if I offer a fried chicken to a black person, you're only doing it because of racism. Like, there's a joke by... Have you heard of a comedian called Gabriel Iglesias? Yeah, he has a joke called the racist gift basket. It's where he got... Oh, I realized I did not download whatever thing that thing had. But basically, he did a joke years ago where he gave a gift basket full of a bunch of racist, considered racist items to a black comic. Reverbot defense control system. Warning. Intruder detected. Repeat, an intruder has been detected within Elysium. Reassigning all Reverbots priority defensive systems and materials. Alright, well, either way, he got the gift basket. It included things like, you know, watermelon, fried chicken, and, you know, barbecue-flavored potato chips, and sunflower seeds, and, like, Kool-Aid, which... Maybe with the exception of sunflower seeds and Kool-Aid. I assume that, you know, if you like potato chips, you probably like barbecue-flavored potato chips. Saying you like... I didn't even think of, you know, barbecue-flavored potato chips would be something that would be considered racist. I mean, it's one of the popular flavors. Sometimes, you know, what are considered racist items are just dumb. Because it's like, hey, it's like, oh my god, I like fried chicken, I like watermelon. Does that mean I'm racist? It's like, not unless you're black. It's like, you don't, and the point is, in one of the ends of the specials where Gabriel Iglesias told the racist gift basket story, he actually flew in the comedian who he gave the basket to. This was in the Hawaii special. So he literally paid for the ticket to fly this comedian all the way to Hawaii. And the guy finally gave his side of the story. And basically he said, you know, I didn't think it was a racist gift basket because, you know, who smells fried chicken? Who smells chicken and thinks racism? Which, you know, that's a very good point. By the way, you should look at that story. It's, you can't really make that kind of joke these days, but it's still, you know, it's still sort of amusing. And I wouldn't do it justice telling it. Also, the fact that, you know, for some of the due to my, well, you don't know what I am, but either way, it's not good to make those kinds of jokes unless you know the other person is going to. Well, I'm not racist. But, you know, anyone who says that statement, I'm not racist, but, Usually they follow it up with a statement that's extraordinarily racist, but in my case, I'm not going to say anything like that. Why is there lava on Elysium? Oh! Oh no! I need to put on my little red shoes. Alright, so, there we go. You're a bag of dicks, game, for making them fly directly over the flames. Sorry for the vivid imagery. Okay, speaking of, there's another thing. Have you ever heard of a gooey duck clam? Okay. I just realized that I don't know how old you are, so showing you that image might... The thing I'm about to show you is an honest-to-God animal. It exists, but it looks like something that would be very inappropriate. And if there is a God, this animal proves that they have a sense of humor. So, okay. As I said, you'll understand as soon as I show you the picture. Behold, the gooey duck clam. It is real. One second. I guess I'm going to make you understand that it's real and I'm not just some weird pervert showing you an inappropriate image. Let's see. I guess I'll play this.
Let's cook a gooey duck clam. Nope, this is not what you think it is. It's actually a clam. While it looks weird, this is one of the longest living animals in the entire...
Also, the one he's holding is particularly small.
Animal kingdom, with an average lifespan of 140 years. Let's cook it up. Place the clam in boiling water for 30 seconds, then cold shock it. Cut the clam from its shell and peel off this wrapper. Get rid of this gunk.
You have to clear the
cut right at the
foreskin.
base.
Remember
These
that.
thin cut pieces are perfect for sashimi. Here goes nothing. Yeah, a little crunchy, tastes like cucumber. Let's cook a gooey duck.
However, if I want you to actually believe it, I should probably show them in a natural environment. Like, oh, I forgot. Well, I'll show you this one here.
The Pacific gooey duck is a large clam found along
Yeah,
the
I
west
know.
coast of the United States, from Alaska to Baja California. They are known as the world's largest and deepest burrowing clams. They typically grow in the soft sandy or muddy substrate of tidal flats. Their depth range is down to 330 feet deep. These clams are characterized by a small shell and a very long
that's when they're
siphon
not
or neck
retracting
that can be
their
up to 3
neck.
feet long.
3
The
feet
siphon
long.
has 2 openings at the end, one for taking in oxygen and microscopic organisms called phytoplankton, and one for releasing excess water. The siphon can recoil to appear shorter, but the mantle and siphon are so large that they
just
cannot
like, oh my
be
God,
withdrawn
that-
into the shell. Once buried,
China
their
loves
shell
to buy them.
remains sedentary. The shell is typically 7 to 9 inches in diameter. The shell is white with concentric circles that can be used to tell the age of the clam. These clams are long-lived. The oldest recorded Pacific gooey duck was 168 years old.
Yeah.
They mature around 3 years old. Females can release between 1 and 2 million eggs per spawning event. Fertilization occurs in the water column. Fertilized eggs hatch into planktonic larvae. The larvae drift for about 6 weeks. When they grow large enough, they settle on the seabed and crawl along the surface before finding a spot to burrow into the sand. They burrow into the sediment about 1 foot per year until a depth of 3 feet.
So 1 meter.
As they burrow, they suck in seawater and then squirt it out, minus the vital nutrients. They grow quickly the first few years of life, though they may not reach their maximum size for 15 years. Some can weigh up to 16 pounds. Adults have limited mobility and are unable to rebury themselves if removed from the sediment. They are preyed on by animals like sea otters and starfish. When threatened by an approaching predator, the gooey duck will retract its siphon into the sea floor. Recreational clammers dig them out at low tide when mudflats are
Well, it's not exactly an animal that was well known, even in America. Unless you live on the coast where they are harvested, you generally don't know about it. I mean, once in a while they're brought up in meme culture because, you know, people rediscover the weird phallic creature. There's also the peanut worm, but that one's also not very polite. And that's not polite to bring that one up. There's a number of animals that are similar in appearance. The weird thing is, normal clams have that same kind of appendage that the gooey duck has. The only difference is that on regular clams, they're much smaller. And it's not to that extent because regular clams aren't literally buried under the ground. Also, as you see, when they're threatened, they start literally squirting out water from the big old siphon. If I remember correctly, they can also squirt water out from the back end too. But yeah, it's
exposed. They are also farmed and sold commercially to different places, with an especially high price in China.
Yeah,
divers can harvest them fast by using high-pressure water hoses to remove the sediment around buried gooey ducks. In China, the gooey duck is considered to be a delicacy and an aphrodisiac. Gooey ducks help the environment by removing excess nutrients and improving water quality. They have a tendency to bioaccumulate toxins that can cause paralytic shellfish poisoning when consumed by humans. For more marine facts, click the subscribe button.
Yeah. So as you can see, it's an interesting creature. Let's see. It's just sometimes fun learning about little weird creatures like that. Damn it. I hope I didn't traumatize you with that weird thing. I'm desensitized to that type of stuff, so you know. For me, I'm just not, like, I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. Ah! Literally evaded into lava. Well, to be fair, it is really weird, and it's like, I was not expecting to have that type of thing shoved in my face. Or the fact that I know that it can extend 3 feet. Or rather, to 1 meter long. Oh. Oh, I need to switch to the other arm, and then I need to switch my body parts around to jet skates. That simple thing about Chinese medicine. If something looks like a part of a private part of either the male or female anatomy, then in China, then Chinese medicine, that means that it strengthens the male or female anatomy. I don't like Chinese medicine because of all the fact that it harms so many endangered animals. And ultimately, it's basically just like old Chinese emperors saw that, like, oh, this is a big creature, or this creature's hard to eat. I'm going to eat it as a status symbol, and then to, you know, get other people to eat it. Other people are going to say stuff like, oh, eat tiger because tiger make you strong. Don't get me wrong, there's some parts of Chinese medicine which do turn out that they have some things related in actual medical, or they actually have actual medical benefits, but that's like, you know, as I said, even a broken clock is right twice a day. That. Oh, I can just grind. Oh wait, there's 4 of them, Jesus. You know, I really wish I had my... The vacuum might be the best thing to actually have on this part. Sorry. I just know too much about random animals. I'm sorry, I don't know why I showed you the Gooey Duck today. Today's a weird stream. I complain about Mr. Beast, I complain about Ubisoft, I randomly show dogs, and then I just, you know, just constantly going back and forth. And this is clearly an autism stream. Well, yeah, I mean, at least it's interesting. At least I'm not, like, freaking you out. Thank you. Thank you, game. Totally needed that. Sniper unit? Omega, what does that do? Let's see, bust apart. Turbocharger, Omega. Energy range. Okay, I'll do this. Well, this is as much energy as I actually need, and the range boost is good. Alright. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Alright, so I guess this way might give me something else to download. Doo-doo, doo-doo. They're just shooting red bubbles at me. Cut it out. You're obnoxious. Why do these bubbles home so quickly? It's gross. Stop blowing bubbles in my direction. Sword really does a lot more damage, but the bubbles make it annoying. Anyways, what kind of defense is that? Just, hey, we're going to create these weird little spider things that just shoot red bubbles at them. And we somehow make bubbles that can hold on. Oh. I was kind of hoping this would lead somewhere. Oh. Wait, no, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't lead anywhere. I wasted time. Stop. Ugh. If I ever go back to the ground, or back to the Earth, I'm going to get the vacuum. I'm losing way too much money just by, you know. So yeah, after this game, I think I'm going to play Subnautica next. Though I may play, try playing different games rather than playing the same game every single day. There we go. You found 36,000 zenny. There was like a door here. Looks like the gravity can be controlled from data download. Medical lab control system. All medical and related facilities are currently being readied in preparation for the execution of the carbon reinitialization program. Access to medical systems by non-mother units is prohibited. Units are instructed to contact mother if maintenance is required. Let's change gravity to decrease it. There we go. First time. For once. What? I'm not flailing around like a chicken with his head cut off? Oh my god. I can't believe it. No, not the bubbles again. To hell with the bubbles. The fact that the bubbles make me fly around. I got something in my eye. Okay, let's see now. Treasure. How do I break this? Oh well. Is there some kind of key or thing I need to deactivate? Oh god, not again. Please lock on to the closest one. Funny thing, one of the cheats in this game are literally just turn off the forward-facing lock-on. Because if you have the regular lock-on from the first game, you can lock on to any enemy as long as it's within your attack range. But with this, it doesn't... Oh, my favorite. But if you've got the... But with the lock-on they have in here, you don't lock on to anything unless you can see it by facing forward, or it's facing in front of you, or where you're currently looking. Don't get that word. Just gonna check the map to see. I guess I should go that way to see if there's anything there. The way I was going before might be the way I need to go. Sorry if my commentary is potentially not helpful or interesting. Just thinking aloud is better, and I think it's better to make bad commentary than it is to just awkwardly stare. Although I can understand if I'm... Whoa! Oh my god. I was not expecting to jump that high. What's the little mask thing mean? Oh, it's that thing. Sorry. God, I feel like an old man. Like, what is that little symbol you're doing there, Kitty? What now? What is it that the youth say these days? Skibbity toilet oh, God, no. God, I'm just imagining the younger generation growing up and telling their kids about their skibbity toilet. Stuff like that. Oh, God. You found giant refractor.
Hey, you can use that refractor later.
Yeah. Hey, you know, the best way to get a kid to realize how cringy their username might be, or something along those lines, is tell them, imagine your mother is written the name of your username on a cake and is saying your username aloud to your friends. If you're not embarrassed by that, then you have a good username. Like, can you imagine your mother or parent going like, oh, hey, like, just you, hey, generic fool's test, how are you? It's just like, no. Like, I heard this as a story from someone whose mother did. Like, they named himself Lucky Snipes. And, I forgot who it was, if it was Noble or whatever, but basically, the mother was just like in front of all of his friends. Oh, I heard your name was like Lucky Snipes, so Lucky Snipes, you're such a good, like, and just going on like that and just saying stuff like, oh God, no, and in front of all of his friends. It doesn't matter how cool you or your friends think a name is, if your mother or, you know, a parent is just sort of saying it like, oh, that's a neat little name you've got there. It's just like, no. Gravity center, okay. Ugh. Okay, that's annoying that it keeps resetting the gravity setting, so I have to keep falling down here. Change gravity, decrease gravity. Oop, that's oop, wrong. Alright, there we go. Wait, I need to go to the edge. Well, your name isn't that bad, but there are some people who, you know, have ultra edgelord names. I don't want to say anything because, you know, you never know. I could make a comment about a name, and then all of a sudden that person comes in to join the group, and it's just like, you just insulted my name. I will not be supporting a channel that's literally insulting my name. Oh, yeah. Also, you never know. There are some people who are really sensitive to that kind of thing. Where it's just like, you know, even if their name is sort of edgelordy, it's just, you know. Yeah, well, you know, it happens. Or sometimes when you talk about certain subjects, people come in at the literal worst time. Like, you know, someone came in during the wrong time for when I was bringing up the... No. Like, the racist comment thing, or, like, you know, bringing up, like, the birth of a nation talk when I was talking about that terribly stupid, literal, like, racist propaganda film. Then... One second. Map download, map area now. Display... Data download, warp gate control system. Maintenance is required to warp gates in living area, currently sealed off. Maintenance will be performed on all gates and living areas after activation of carbon reinitialization program. But you know, just like, you know, if you come in without context, and I was talking about, you know, black people eating like fried chicken or watermelon, like that, then people, or if I, for God forbid, if I was showing you the clip of from Birth of a Nation where it had that. I've never seen it, but I've watched other people talk about it, and they show that scene, and then I've looked at like film things, or like films of achievements, and like Birth of a Nation is on there because at the time it accomplished a lot. That's increased gravity. And you know, if someone came during that time there, they'd basically be like, oh, so you're literally doing a let's watch with me stream with, or like a reaction to that video, and then people would just assume I'm a racist. Yeah. That's why you have to be careful. There's plenty of examples of VTubers watching, or like, you know, doing something as a joke, and then a friend or someone they respect comes in, and it's just like, no, wait, this isn't what I do. No, I'm not like this. Or, you know, it's like, this isn't me. And the other person's like, no thank you, I will just leave now. I mean, it's hilarious, but it's, you know, you get stuck with being associated with certain things, even if you did it only one time. I'd make a joke, but, you know, I'm worried about how it comes off. And I think the stream is already controversial enough with all the gooey ducks and me commenting on negatively about Mr. Beast, because even I think most people these days don't know the stuff that I mentioned. But the person who brought up I watched is apparently somebody who normally has defended Mr. Beast multiple times. So he's just like, yeah, no, I defended you like 50 times online. I can't defend you for the stuff that I was recently... And then I forgot to mention one other thing. Apparently, according to the chats that they got from the conversation this guy had with the, you know, groomer underage person, apparently there's a thing where they talk about them exchanging, like,
looks like you've made it to
you
the
know,
residential area. Does it bring back any memories?
their They're adult material of non-adult subject matter. I'll say that. That and there's like a part of the stream where it's like, oh, hey, like some, I'm not getting into that. It's just ultra weird. Like no, there's one of the dialogues was literally like, oh no, they're not 16, they're 14. At least 16, they're legal in some parts of the states. And then, of course, I followed up with that comment of, this wasn't Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast was having a conversation with them, but the creepy person who was outed recently for being, you know, like that, is the one who's said the following comment, which was, the old House of Fortune Doors isn't working, which was like, if they're 14, I'm 14. Which, you know, that's like, that's not how this works. Oh, none of the gates are working. Oh yeah, but that, to be fair, that last comment was from, as I said, the person who's being accused of essaying and grooming minors. You know, there is a positive connotation for grooming, where it's like if you're grooming someone for a job, you're getting them ready for the job. But, that connotation is absolutely not related to, you know, how it's used nowadays. In the old days, you'd say you'd be grooming your successor, and that doesn't mean anything bad, but if you use the term grooming now, that means, it has a very specific connotation. One of these houses is supposed to have, there's supposed to be treasure chests in this area. That's all I really know. And I'm not really a fan of how they're organizing this. Because I just want to get the parts for like the shining laser and whatever. Also, as much as my generation and older generations talk about how, you know, in their day, they weren't as cringy as people these days, that's not exactly true. Like, one second, just checking. It's just that, in the old days, we didn't literally have a network which connected everyone. So, when we were cringy growing up, we weren't exposed, like, linked to all other kids our age. So, when we interact with adults, they're like, what the hell are you doing? And we couldn't just run up to other kids. We basically, this generation's screwed, because when there's a weirdo, generally speaking, or someone doing something weird, people will go, stop that, get some help, or something like that, you know. But in these days, it's more just like, oh, I'm now going to find a group of like-minded people, and then we're going to just form an echo chamber. You're familiar with the term echo chamber means, right? I'm just saying it because a few people I've met don't know what it means. And it's sort of thrown away around these days as if people don't know. But yeah. It's ironic. A lot of the people who accuse others of being in an echo chamber when they themselves are basically, you know, in an echo chamber where if anyone voices a different opinion, they're like, no. I do not know where the parts I'm looking for are. Nope. I know I really want the stuff, but yeah. That, and people, I don't know if it's true in the UK, but in America, things are getting harder for female workers because of the Me Too movement. Which sounds sort of weird, but I can explain if it doesn't make sense. And it's sort of ironic, too, because basically, due to how, you know, people are sort of not sure what is considered harassment these days, men in companies, at least in America, are terrified of interacting with women or, you know, negotiating anything. We're afraid that even shaking a woman's hand could be, like, you know, harassment or considered it. And it's ironic because now... I'll give you an example of how bad some things are. A woman came... Oh, there's a treasure chest right there. Oh. I was hoping to get... There's two parts I'm really looking forward to. The green eye, which is the shining laser part. And then there's a buster unit, which provides points into every single stat, basically. But yeah, a guy essentially, there was a woman who worked in the office at a scrapyard. She went outside, and she came back and talked to the person in charge because she said one of the men in the operation yelled at her when she went outside. And, you know, hearing that story, it sounds terrible if you just go outside and all of a sudden there's this man screaming at you. But when someone else asked the guy what happened, he was like, she was doing something dangerous and I was far away, so I yelled so she could hear me. But because it's a he said, she said, and when she said doesn't need to really provide proof, oftentimes that causes issues. So the guy was, I can't remember if he was suspended or fired. No, he was at the very least suspended. He might have been fired. Or let go, rather. But, yeah. Where's the treasure trove? I mean, as I said, women still go through a lot of issues. So, you know, it's important that we still improve things, but I still think we should address the issues that are going on. Or, I don't know. Am I coming off as a raving weirdo?
Master lived. I'll bet you probably spent a lot of your time there, didn't you?
Okay, that room probably leads to... Let's see. Alright. Yeah, well... I don't want to comment... I have some trauma regarding to several of the women in my life doing things. I mean, female friends. But, you know, for, like, sometimes I'm worried about coming across as somebody who hates women. I don't. I truly believe that, or sorry, like, this is the master's house, you know. If you leave here and go towards the back, there's an elevator that will take you straight back to the shuttle bay. I don't know if it still works, but if you fix it, you can easily get back to where Yuna is. Charge energy. Save. But yeah, it's just... I feel like they're doing an overcompensation. And they're not addressing the problem of, you know, women who are lying or just making up cases to... One second. Is that the correct way? Oh no, did I go to the wrong way? If I went to the wrong space,
The gravity's back to normal. Are you ready? Things are going to get a little different from here on.
Okay, well
This is
that's,
it, Mega Man. Good luck.
yeah, no, I went to the wrong one. I'm glad I, can go back. I don't want to face the final boss. I want to get the parts for, like, the shining laser. Looks like the monitor has been destroyed. I thought there'd be some chests around here. Sorry. But, yeah. You can take the issues women have seriously without having to, you know, act like, you know, you can call out people who are faking the cases or are, you know, exaggerating stuff and not be, you know, against women's issues. It's just that, and there's a lot of angry, like, lonely women who are giving terrible advice to young girls. Vector inserted. You want to go to the shuttle bay? Yes. And they're just like, you know, just... God, it's bad. Some of the stuff that they say is just like, oh, you don't need men. You don't need any of this. Just focus on your job and do that. Or, you know, get a cat. Or get a dog. Regardless of what some people say, getting a cat or a dog does not, or becoming an animal parent does not fill up the void of not having kids or a partner. If anything, it's worse because, you know, it's just like a dog is different than a person. People care more about people than dogs in most cases. Plus, really, if you just constantly get dogs, you just have to deal with the loss of your pet. I'm not saying that you can't get a dog, it's just that, you know, having family can help you deal with the loss of a pet. And ultimately, your pet can't talk to you. Now there's probably gonna be someone going like, "Oh, generic fool's pet hate generic fool's pet. I mean, generic fool's test hates animals." Meh, 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 meh. No, I love animals, but you know, there's always gonna be someone who takes stuff out of context. But well. Either way, it's in the thing I'm looking for is in the resident. Why are there now hostile Reaver bots? That's not fair. But yeah, sorry. I think I should stop talking about all these subjects that could potentially get me cancelled. I don't even have many followers. And it looks like I actually lost a follower. Because I had, I think, 31 before, and now I only have 30, so I may have lost somebody who was following me before. I mean, it could have not been from something I said. I mean, to be realistic, it's not like I'm the most entertaining person. And unlike before, where I rarely update, I now, you know, on a semi-regular basis, release a stream or two. So, you know, if you don't like my content anymore, and then all of a sudden you're getting bombarded with, "He's streaming! He's streaming! He's streaming!" That could be annoying. So, you know, it could be that. You know, I wish I could see... I wish it would mark where the treasure chests are on here. But it's not. Well, if I don't... You know... Also, just sometimes people don't have the same interests. It could just be that, too. certain people followed me because of me playing specific games, which I've stopped playing similar games to it. Which, you know, in that case, it does sort of make sense. But, you know, I don't know. I'll stop talking about it because otherwise I'll start getting depressed or something. My fragile ego! No. So I know where I need to go, but what I want to get is, okay, actually, you know what? I forgot. I think there's a map on something I had up. So, since I don't want this to take forever, I'm going to look in the map I think I have somewhere. Please, Shuttle Bay. Wait. Seriously? Oh. Okay. I'm dumb. I'm like really, really dumb. But there's one thing I am looking for that I think is in here, which is a Buster part. But the Shining Laser part is a lot closer. Like to the point of where I cannot believe I missed that. So I think this leads here. I'm not dealing with those Reaper bots. Ow. You should not be able to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of something. Like I'm in the middle of operating a console and they just smack me outside the back of the head. But yeah, you want to know where Shining Laser part was? It was here. Here the entire time. You found the green eye. Isn't that great? I literally walked past it. Yeah. I mean, I still don't know where that last part is. It's somewhere, I think, in the residential area. But now I just need to go to roll. Development. Green eye. The Shining Laser. Oh, wait. The development room. Improve weapon. Let's see. Shining Laser. Energy. Oh, yeah, I don't have them. Look at this. This isn't like. God. And I think if I do that, it becomes infinite, the amount of money. I mean, the amount of, I may, grind a lot for that. And actually, I'll just change my weapon to... Let's see. Back to Elysium, and then back to making... Or back to trying to make money. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try finding that Buster part. The data I found on it was conflicting. Some parts of it said that I could only get it in one of the tutorial things. And then another one said that, let's see. Wow, I have not increased the power at all, and it's actually still pretty strong. Oh my. I'm wondering if I should... Also, I think I like the way this one looks more than the last one. Or the one from the last game. Okay, now that I think about it, before I do anything else, I should probably save. Also, what time is it? Oh, it's 7:03 here. But, let's see. No, yeah, it's not infinite energy, so I need to save right now. Either way, I'll try to save a ton of money to max out the, max out the things. I do kind of wonder what the Crusher Bomb handles like, but the only way I could get that now is by either kicking a pig for hours on end, which, one, that sounds extraordinarily tedious, and also, it's bad. Walking around. The animation kind of looks smooth, surprisingly. Oh well. I think I'm going to stop here because I said I would stop when I get the shining laser. But also just, I'm going to need to grind a bunch to get it off, and I don't want to, wait. Exit without saving. I've saved in the game. So, I don't know. One of the things I was, well, actually, first I want to check something, on my phone. Let's see. Okay, world clock, add time. Oh God. Yeah, well, go to bed. It's a bit past midnight for you. I'll try to stream earlier. I'm sorry, you need sleep. I'm going to stop the stream now. Thank you for coming. It's a good thing I checked. I have now put a UK time listing on my phone, so I can now quickly check to see whether you should be going to bed. Get proper sleep. Thank you for coming again. Sorry for me being weird. I hope you have a great evening. Sleep well, but get sleep. Alright. Bye. Bye-bye.